So Dogpack has released another video on MrBeast. Yes, if you guys have been living under a rock, MrBeast has been on a lot of shit recently. And this all started from a guy called Dogpack, who's been making videos on MrBeast calling him a fraud, and also coming out with a lot of allegations that make MrBeast look really, really bad. Now, I've made quite a few videos on the situation, so if you want to find out more about the situation, go and watch them, or just go and watch Dogpack's videos themselves. Anyways, this new video is titled MrBeast's Secret CEO. Now in this video, Dogpack shows that MrBeast's CEO, or secret CEO, was, or still is, a guy called James Warren. Now this guy is related to MrBeast as he is his cousin, and is also apparently a piece of shit.
So quick profile on James Warren. He's Jimmy's cousin and secret CEO. And I say secret because, you know, they're not very open about that fact. Like he doesn't post about it on social media. It wasn't ever attached to his LinkedIn. He's never featured or really referenced anywhere. I heard that he's very aggressive. I've heard him referred to as a psychopath who screams at people and hits his girlfriends. There's allegedly domestic violence charges that were filed against him. And I say allegedly because it turns out there's a lot of people in North Carolina named James Warren who assault their girlfriends, I guess. So I'm still having people look into these cases.
He apparently beat his ex-girlfriend, allegedly, and also beat his own dog up, also allegedly. There's going to be a lot of allegedly in this video, mainly because I don't know the truth here. And, you know, until we do know that, it's going to be allegedly. And he also worked with a guy who scammed an old lady who has cancer out of 1.3 million. Now, this thing is actually in a court document. Dogpack talks about this, so don't know whether to say allegedly or not there, but it seems pretty true.
Next page, page 16, she testifies, "My trust was and has been severely violated. This is the equivalent of financial rape. Many of us entrusted Mr. Hutchins, who we've come to know to be fraudulent. Just $1.3+ million of worthless paper signed by him fraudulently misrepresented in the courts." So Hutchins was convicted for soliciting investment monies by telling victims that their money would be put to work on a specific property. In fact, Hutchins did not put all the investor funds to work on the property on which the investor was solicited to invest, and instead regularly used investor funds on other properties or personal expenses. Now, what kind of personal expenses? Well, apparently he bought an AR-15 and hundreds of rounds of ammunition. His wife had a domestic violence order of protection against him. He's accused of calling his wife a lying rat and sending menacing photos of himself in tactical gear in the woods to her friends and family.
I think it's safe to say that this guy isn't a very nice person, but obviously we don't know all the facts, and neither does Dogpack. But this isn't the main person he talks about here, okay? He also talks about the COO of the company, who is James Warren's best friend, and his name is LaCoya Hill. Now, this guy's pretty interesting, okay? This is the one thing that got my attention the most out of this whole entire video, and that is because LaCoya Hill owned a gay strip bar. Now, that in itself isn't a big deal, right? Like, who cares? Who cares about somebody owning a gay strip bar? Well, if you're working for MrBeast, which he is, by the way, here's a video clip of him in a video, and also there's proof of this, maybe don't get the person that's owning a gay strip club to work on a children's channel. That's a bit weird. Not only that, he was allegedly fired, okay, for sexual misconduct. So a gay strip club owner who is allegedly sexually assaulting people, yeah, let's hire him for a kids channel. That would be great. Now, the allegations don't stop there on LaCoya Hill. Okay, he's also allegedly been sexually abusing an 18-year-old assistant who is straight, by the way, at MrBeast. And this is all being covered up. This is all alleged, obviously, but Dogpack talks about it here and also gives some context behind it. He also spoke to some MrBeast employees, and they also backed the story up.
In late 2021, he was allegedly fired for sexually assaulting his assistant. Now, I put fired in quotation marks because he was actually quietly moved to the dubbing company, which was Unilingo at the time. Here is proof that he used the LaCoya at unilingo.tv email, links back to him, links to these photos, one of which was the profile picture for his YouTube channel, which also after my first video, his YouTube channel mysteriously got deleted. And at some point, his Twitter also got deleted. I don't know if that's when he sexually assaulted his assistant. I don't know if that's after my first video got posted. Either way, booty call Wednesdays are canceled. Did you see or hear of any sexual misconduct at the company? They say yes. LaCoya Hill, the current COO. In 2021, he had an assistant named victim's name. I heard LaQuia acted very inappropriately with victim, booking hotel rooms with only one bed, walking around in his underwear, having victim come to his house and showing him his sex toy collection. Just in general, LaQuia made victim uncomfortable. Victim started complaining to higher-ups and a report got written. LaQuia was put on paid leave for like a month. Then MrBeast moved him to the dubbing company and he was hired back in 2023 and was promoted to COO, even though Jimmy, James, and Sue 100% know his history. The reason he had been asked to leave previously is that he had sexually harassed someone that still worked at the company when he was brought back. Yes, LaQuia Hill. But they brought him back knowing he had sexually harassed an employee previously.
Now, normally these sort of things I would look at with a pinch of salt, you know, and we probably should still look at this thing with a pinch of salt, but all these things seem to just be adding up. You know what I mean? Like, LaQuia Hill is obviously a bad person. If nobody has anything good to say about this guy, there's obviously nothing good to say about him. It's very rare that something like this on this scale comes out and, you know, it just turns on its head and it isn't true, especially when everybody's backing each other's story up. It'd be very, like, tedious to fake something like this, and I don't see the point why you would lie about it. That being said, this is still alleged, so we don't know the truth, but what I am trying to say is it's very suspicious that everybody is saying the same thing. There's also accusations that he's roofing people, he's sexually abusing other people. It's all just disgusting behavior. Now, after all this came about, apparently he was then moved to a different company who MrBeast also owned, Unilingo or something like that. Anyways, he was moved there basically to cover up this whole situation, allegedly, and is now labeled as the president of another MrBeast company called Creator Global. Now, what I find suspicious about this whole situation with this Creator Global is that on their LinkedIn, everything's private. Okay, not only that, after Dogpack made these videos and addressed James Warren to begin with and LaQuia Hill, all their stuff got deleted. Their YouTube channels, their Instagram, their Twitters, everything. All their stuff got deleted. Now, is that not weird? Is that not some very strange coincidence? And then to privatize the actual president of a company here, that's also strange. Why would you not want somebody to know who's working for your company? Maybe it's because they're not a very nice person. So yeah, it's strange to me that all this stuff seems to be getting covered up. You know what I mean? Now, whether this is to do with Jimmy, MrBeast himself, or whether it's to do with James Warren, the CEO, being that LaQuia is James Warren's best friend, maybe he's trying to cover it up to protect him. I don't know. This is all alleged. These are all still rumors and stuff like that. Nothing's been confirmed. Until then, all we have is opinions. But what I will say is I find it very, very strange that, you know, all that stuff all happened all at once. Dogpack then goes on to talk about MrBeast himself and addresses a point that MrBeast is a misogynist and that he just really doesn't like women. Now, a lot of this part of the video here was pretty disgusting, okay? Like, it looks like women have been put under very disgusting conditions in these videos. Now, this is obviously still alleged and stuff like that. There's been no proof of this, but people have come out and spoke about stuff, and what they've said is vile, okay? It's vile conditions, and I'm talking like women not being allowed to change their underwear that are on their period.
That when she and a group of contestants who were menstruating during the event had asked the production staff about getting their underwear more quickly, she had been told that it was not a medical emergency.
Now, for the guys out there, you might not understand how severe that is, all right? But for you women out there, you know exactly how horrible that situation would be. There's also a point that he makes, putting a clip in showing somebody that said that he wasn't allowed to use their birth control, even though they had ovarian cysts.
MrBeast withheld my birth control. I have ovarian cysts. You can't just stop taking birth control.
Right, now that's very, very serious. That could cause people to not be able to actually get pregnant anymore. You know, that can cause very, very bad stuff. In fact, I have a list of stuff that it could cause. This is from the NHS website. Big up the NHS. It can cause pelvic pain, pain during sex, difficulty emptying your bowels, a frequent need to urinate, heavy periods, irregular periods, bloating and swollen tummy, feeling very full, difficulty getting pregnant. For somebody to deny somebody something that they really need medically is disgusting, okay? It's horrible. Now, whether this is true or not, or whether this person's just talking a load of shit, I don't see why they would. But if they are, then that's a really shitty thing to do. But whether it is true or not, it's still disgusting behavior, you know? That should not happen in a workplace at all. There's also talks about MrBeast favoriting the men, you know, saying that they have a boys club and all this. It just sounds really childish. It's like something you'd see in school. Like, these are ex-employees talking about this stuff, and maybe even current employees, because Dogpack doesn't actually release the names of these people, so it could be people that are still fucking working there to this day, and I wouldn't be surprised if it is. Like, it's just boyish behavior that shouldn't happen in a professional work environment. Now, I know some people might be thinking, oh, why would it be a professional work environment? It's MrBeast, he makes these stupid videos. Yeah, it's still a business at the end of the day. You know what I mean? They're still paying people. People are still on wages. That's a business. It's not just fun and games. This is a business. It should be treated as such, and people should be treated with respect, okay, equally, all right? There should be no playground chitter-chatter, you know what I mean? That shouldn't happen. It's gross. But like I said, whether all this stuff is true or not, okay, we need to wait and hear what MrBeast actually has to say. He did say that he's going to come out and speak once Dogpack has released all of his videos, and this isn't Dogpack's third part to these videos, by the way. This is just like a bit in between, so he's still yet to release the big video where he's going to be revealing a lot more, as he says, which, you know what, I wouldn't be surprised if he has a lot more. He seems to have stuff every single day. But yeah, that being said, guys, that's pretty much all I have to say about this video. Obviously, I've probably missed a few things out. If you want to watch the full video, the link will be in my description below, so go and check it out. It's not as long as the other videos that he's made. It's about 27 minutes. So if you can sit through the whole video, I highly recommend it, because he goes into full-length detail more than I do. You know, I'm just kind of talking about his video, you know. You can go watch the actual version yourself. Obviously, I'll be covering the third part once it eventually comes out, and also MrBeast's response when that eventually comes out as well. So if you want to stay up to date, remember to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. All right, take it easy, guys. Goodbye.